So in Idaho, there's apparently a legislative group that is working to find the middle ground for faith healing. If you don't know what faith healing is the practice of not taking not scientific, not taking medicine that has been made by scientists, I guess. That's how you could describe it. Pretty much what faith healers do, they pray for themselves, their spouse, or their child, brother, sister, whatever, whoever it is, to get better. And they just pray. They don't take any medicine at all. They just pray. Which, if you're an adult and you want to do that, I have no problem with it. It's your body, your say. If you don't want to take medicine, you don't have to take medicine. I think it's kind of childish, but you're an adult. It's your choice ultimately. The problem that I have with faith healing is when it comes to your children. If your children need medical care and you are refusing to get it, honestly, I think you're a pretty horrible parent. But then again, I also know the psychosis of some parents, like my own mother, who literally cries because I'm an atheist. That's beside the point, though. Okay. A legislative working group recently held hearings regarding whether to amend an Idaho statute that protects parents who choose prayer over allopathic medicine. The issue gained considerable media attention when Dan Savay, a leader of the Followers of Christ Church, testified that medicine is a product from Satan and promised to resist any changes to the law. So pretty much right off the bat, this leader, my guess is he's a pastor, he's pretty much just saying, yeah, I don't care if you change the law, I'm still not going to give my kids medicine. Alright, let's continue. According to the statute as it now stands, a parent or guardian who chooses for his child treatment, wow, this article is worded weirdly, for his child's treatment by prayer or spiritual means alone shall not, for the reason alone, be construed to have violated the duty of care to such child. Okay, that's a weird way to word it. Supporters of reform have characterized this issue of child welfare, citing several preventable deaths. Opponents see repeal of faith healing protections as a threat to religious freedom. So far, compromise is elusive. First things first, this article just kind of jumps around, so I apologize for that. It's an okay written article, but it does jump around a lot. But anyways, on one hand, you have people like me who think if your child needs medicine, get them the fucking medicine. On the other hand, you have probably a 50-50 split of people who are like, but if I give my children medicine, they won't be able to go to heaven, and I want them to be able to go to heaven. And then you have the other half that's just like, you're taking away my religious freedom, I'm not giving my kid medicine. Like, okay, I can understand the half, and I'm not even sure it's like a half. Like, I'm sure that's probably the majority, but I'm also pretty sure that there's the other type out there that's just like, you're taking away my religious freedoms. Which, honestly, no, we're not. If you're an adult, you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. We're not taking away your religious freedom. What we're doing is taking away... Well, we're not even taking away anything in Idaho. Idaho, you're allowed to do it. Like, shit. Anyways, those are the two sides. And I obviously side with the side that is for child welfare, thinking that, yes, there has been many preventable deaths, but because of faith healing, we haven't been able to prevent them. So anyways, let's get into this deeper. So, Survey has argued that rejecting medicine affects only church members, yet this is always clear. An infant might perish from an untreated cardiac defect. Alternatively, she might grow to adulthood and require a costly taxpayer-funded heart transplant in her 20s. Another factor is whether families and doctors share a common understanding of the facts. One distinguish One can distinguish between a parent who refuses life-saving care knowing their child might die but fearing medicine will interfere with their salvation, from another parent who insists that modern medicine simply does not work. Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, acknowledge that blood transfusions can save lives but believe it would result in eternal damnation. The Jehovah's Witness parents' calculus regarding medicine is fundamentally different from a parent who claims against empirical evidence that medicine lacks efficacy. That's how it's spelled, yeah. Advocates for and opponents of the faith healing statute share a common goal: the welfare of children. Both sides are sincere in the beliefs. Yet, parents and families are those individuals who have to deal most acutely with the suffering of pediatric illness, the grief and loss of the perceived moral choice between physical health and spiritual well-being. Some, but not limited, deference is due their poor but well intended choices. One solution might be for the legislature to narrow the current exemption to cases where two criteria are met. A judge finds that the decision will not have an impact on the outside child's insular community, and 2, when all parties agree to the underlying medical facts, merely disagreeing on the morality of the treatment rather than its efficiency, which I apparently pronounced wrong before. Idaho could help set a national example by embracing this middle ground. Okay, now this is the part where I talk about it from my standpoint. Should Idaho embrace the middle ground for faith healing for children? Fuck no, not in my opinion. In my opinion, we should just make it a law where if the child needs medicine, it should get medicine. I'm also in the camp of universal healthcare also, so you know where my views lie with that now. But when it comes to a child who isn't even able to make their own choice to vote, and you're going to force them not to take medicine when they can't even make their own choices for their own life, that's where you are wrong. No, you in my opinion have to get them the medicine to be a good parent. Like, you just cannot just run around and just be like, my God will make everything right. That's not how things work in the real world. I don't know if you know this or not, but how many times have you prayed and nothing's ever come out of it? Have you guys like ever stopped and taken a step back and just been like, there's about 7.1 billion people on Earth, and I'm praying for some odd shit. Like, I'm sure there's some rednecks out there that are praying to win the lottery. According to your Bible, 1, that won't work. But 2, why do you think a God in heaven would just be like, I heard your prayer about the lottery, so I'm gonna let you win it? Like, no, that's not how it works. It's all off of probability. Same with sickness. When it comes to sickness, if you don't give the child the medicine that they need, you're pretty much just leaving it to their immune system, which is just, it ends up becoming the probability of whether their immune system is strong enough or not. So, if you want to faith heal your child in Idaho, it's not against the law. So, I mean, go ahead, just know me and probably other people like me completely disagree with what you're doing. But I can also understand where some parents are coming from, thinking that it will get rid of their child's salvation. But what they need to understand is that their child's life on earth is more important than what they might have waiting for them when they die. So, yeah. That's my stance on it. I'm Raptor Jesus. Peace out.